Well, good morning, welcome back to Discovering Life After 50 with Yvonne. I'm taking you on my travels today because I never seem to have enough hours in the day, and I thought I need to try and get some recording done while I'm either out and about, because I never seem to be stationary long enough to gather my thoughts, never mind anything else. And it was a bit of a, what will we talk about this week? And I'm thinking to myself, Jesus, I better start putting things out here that are actually happy. Because it's one of those, in it, where everything's a sad story, isn't it? Everybody's got sad stories to tell. But let's give this week a more enlightening, encouraging. And for anyone out there, is there anyone out there that listens got a gambling addiction? Because my son has, and he's been battling this addiction for about 20 years. And Jesus, there's been a lot of highs, there's been a lot of lows. It's not always been financial lows from my perspective to him. For him, it's been a lot of financial lows, obviously. But he invited me on to come with him on Wednesday night when he got his second year PIN as a non-gambler. And it's one of those situations where your immediate thought, no matter how much you love someone, your immediate thought is, how long is this going to last? Anyway, I decided, because he's my boy and I love him more than words can express, and I always want to support him in whatever he does. I might not always be there every single day 24/7. He's a grown man now, he's 39 on Monday. And he's got kids of his own and whatnot. So, well, obviously he's got kids of his own. I've only got one child, and that is my Mark, and the grandchildren that I've got belong to him. So I went, and it was one of the most emotional, uplifting, encouraging experiences. For me, as a witness to it, and for him experiencing it. And I genuinely felt the love in the room for him from the other people in the room. And it was a very emotional, uplifting experience watching him getting his 2-year PIN. And I can't tell you, I'm so proud of him. I'm seriously proud of him. He's in a different place now. Not that he was in a bad place before, but it just seems more calm and settled. And I don't know if it's just because he's older. A lot of it's maybe the relationship he's in. He's been in this relationship with Claire for 3 years now. And they literally do everything together. Everything. They go holidays together. He's a DJ, and he's right into what I call the doof 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 music, which I hate, but he loves it. And he does his DJing, and he's part of runs Frizz-on events, which he's dead proud of and loves it, and he books all these DJ acts that come from all over the world, and he's just doing so well, and it just seems calmer, and it makes my heart glad, so glad to watch him and where he is now. And I do wholly believe it's got to do with how he lives his life now, the things that he's choosing to do that he loves, like his DJing, his kids, obviously, his girlfriend, obviously, but ultimately, whilst he's got a lot of stability around him, in the last couple of years his age has got a lot to do with it, I believe, because he's a bit older. Not that that would change the mindset of a gambler, because it's not really much different to me, in my opinion, to being a drug addict or an alcoholic or whatever, or a smoker, because I'm one. So I understand the concept. I understand the whole premise behind addiction. So yeah, I'm glad I went, because like that, 20 years later, you kind of go, you roll your eyes and go, how long's this going to last? And that's sad, isn't it, when you feel like that? But I'm really, really glad I went, and I really, truly, from the bottom of my heart, hope that he wins this time. I'm so proud that every day he wakes up, as long as he wakes up every day and says no, the answer's no, and puts one foot in front of that, because that's all you can do with anything in life, is get up every day and put one foot in front of the other and just do the best you can on that particular day. You know, that's life, and that's humanity. So I am very, very proud of him, and I wouldn't ordinarily mention it on this channel. However, he's not shy about talking about it. He's got it on his own social media, so just to put it out there that I'm not outing him. He's already outed his cell, his girlfriend's outed him as well on social media, expressing their pride and all that business. So it's one of them where I'm not outing him, so I feel comfortable enough in discussing it to a point, and I just want to put it out there for prosperity and for future reference. When I'm not here and this channel's available to him and his kids, my babies, that I couldn't honestly be more proud of you, Mark. And I'm speaking to you specifically in this episode, because if and when the time comes, well, there's no if about it, it's going to come, whether, hopefully I'll be long before him. He's got this to remind him and let him know just how much I love him, and how proud I am of him. So that was an experience this week that was a surprise. I was surprised at how comfortable I felt within that arena. And like I said, 20 years of trying and failing, and I'm kind of saying to them, his sponsor, I was talking to his sponsor as well, and I'm saying to him, maybe that's the wrong phrase, trying and failing. And he went, no, it's the right phrase, it's trying and failing. I said, well, trying and failing, you imagine how many times that's happened over the last 20 years. I says, and then out of the blue I get an invitation to come for his second year pin. Where was the invitation for the first year? That's not a criticism or a dig, it's just basically because I like to believe that he feels more settled. He says he feels at peace with his cell, or he's at peace in the world he's in, how he's positioned his cell now. And if you're at peace, that's huge for any human being. So I'm absolutely over the moon for him, delighted, super proud, and absolutely super proud of you, Mark, and love you to bits. And that'll never change. I will always be your mother, and I will always be here for you, no matter what. Just because you're 39 on Monday doesn't take away from the fact that you're my child. So that was the highlight of the week. Is there any low lights? Do we need to mar it with a low light? I'm trying to think. I don't think there is any low lights, any downsides this week, apart from just not having enough time to spin round about. I've been helping out in the local bar, so I'm working full time at the moment, trying to squeeze in podcast recordings, TikTok recordings, and this recording. And this recording is easy peasy for me today, because I've decided to do it while I'm out and about, because it gets it done, it gets it another job ticked, and I don't need to think about it. I just need to edit it, lock and load it, and schedule it to come out 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Our podcast was meant to come out tomorrow morning, but due to other restrictions, it's not going to happen. So the podcast is going to be late this fortnight as well. No ideal, however, it's something that both myself and Jen need to sit down and start diarising what we're doing. Whilst she doesn't need to tell me what she's doing, and I don't need to tell her what I'm doing of every given minute of the day. We need to start diarising and prioritising. Jesus Christ, you want to see the traffic jam across the other side of the road. I'll need to avoid that in the right hand. We need to kind of structure it, because we're trying to build the channel and we're trying to drive the channel. It's been kind of dormant for about nigh on 2 weeks. I've not done a lot of content on the podcast at all since we loaded our Team Utina. So anybody that doesn't know is watching this, we have a podcast called Two Wigs and a Podcast. It's myself and my beautiful friend Jen that we co-host Two Wigs and a Podcast. It's not long released, it's only had 8 episodes out, and it's shown on YouTube, TikTok is just little shorts that you get. You don't get full episodes. On YouTube you get the full episodes, and on Spotify you can listen to it. So we need to kind of prioritise that and get whatever is important in the diary. If there's holidays coming up, etc., kind of things like that, things that we're aware of coming up in the future. We understand that there's things that are going to come up that's going to be an anomaly that can affect, but it's also going to need to be prioritised that we've got a couple of episodes locked and loaded, edited and posted in the drafts and all platforms, so that if something out of the ordinary does happen, takes us away from our schedule of posting, then it needs to be, we've got one in the background that we can just load. So it'll just be a generic episode, basically. It'll not be about anything. Generally our episodes are about whatever the discussion's been for the fortnight before in the wig world. But it doesn't always need to be about wigs. It's Two Wigs and a Podcast, unfiltered in our 50s. So it can be anything. So we'll sit in Monday, we're going to record it on Monday, and then we need to just get the diary out and say, right, what have we each got coming up? We're both going to Nashville. We're both going to Nashville on the 9th of September with Chelsea Smith Crowns. This is what this wig is, a Chelsea Smith Crowns wig. Jen's an affiliate for them, and as an affiliate she was offered a ticket for the convention that they're having on the 12th, I think it is, 12th of September, and she asked me if I wanted to go. So I'm working my arse off, trying to save as much money as possible for spending. It's no easy, and we've not had a lot of time really to plan. If I'd known this last year, I could have been saving for last year, but we've only had a couple of months and it's been hard going, but so excited. So that'll be some content from this channel as well, and it'll be definitely content for Two Wigs. We'll be recording airport travel, flight travel, Nashville landing travel, Nashville, the convention. We're getting t-shirts done with the podcast logo, only not the logo as it is on our platforms. It's been redone specifically for Nashville, as Two Wigs and a Podcast do Nashville or go Nashville or something like that. Can't remember the wording, but so I'm getting t-shirts done so that on the day of the convention we'll have a t-shirt that we can wear on the day, during the day, that is pink and white themed. It's Barbie themed during the day, Dolly Parton ball at night. So the pink and white will be the t-shirt. I've got pink cowboy boots, they'll be getting worn during that particular day. I just need to find a skirt or whatever to wear during the day. Sorry. So I am dead excited about that. So that's something to look forward to. I can't believe we're in nearly the end of July already. It's utterly flew in. 1 week just seems to roll into the next, and before I know it, a month's passed. I just don't know what's happening to time. Is it because we're older? Is it because I'm getting older? Or is it just life as we know it? It's so busy all the time. I've just not got enough hours in the day. It's shocking. So think that's about the update for this week. The garden, a brief overview. I've got in the region of 50 tomatoes developing on the plants, the 3 plants. Cucumbers are still stationary. Peppers are giving me a bit of hassle because the weather's running from extremely hot to cold and causing havoc with the bell pepper plants and the chili pepper plant. And everything else is moseying on along. The tatties have started to flower, so they're looking like they're tubing well. I can see a red tomato poking above the soil, potatoes poking above the soil that needs to get a bit of soil over it or it'll just turn green. But the garden's the garden. The shallots are still in the ground. They're still doing their thing. Sprouts are still doing their thing. I really just water them and leave them. That's all you can do with them really, and I feed them once a week. I've just finished actually fully harvesting my onions. They're all trimmed. The roots all trimmed off them. The stalks all cut off them. You leave about that of a stalk on your onions, and then they're now in a slatted wooden box in a cupboard in my house. So hopefully they'll give me some longevity. I'll be using onions for the next foreseeable good few weeks. I'll get out of them. So next year the plan is to grow. I've not made up my mind yet because the garlic that I grew this year was dismal, but to be fair I harvested it far too soon. I took it out the ground too soon. Out my planter. So it was tiny. I'll probably try it again next year and leave it longer to the actual leaves literally start dying back. I was worried about it this year because of the torrential rain. I shouldn't have worried because the garlic is absolutely beautiful, it's just tiny. So I didn't really reap a lot of reward for the length of time I was waiting on it. So next year, I'm going to try it again. I'm not doing the brassicas again next year. The sprouts and the purple broccoli are not worth the hassle for the reward you get. I get half a bag of purple broccoli. The hassle it was to look after purple brassicas against caterpillars and butterflies and all that, it's just not worth it. I didn't get enough reward for the work that goes into it, so I'm not doing that again. Sprouts are still moseying on along, probably won't harvest them until November, depending on how good they are. And they're not worth it either, in my opinion, because I don't eat that many sprouts, you know, and I'll just harvest whatever I get and keep what I need and give away the rest. But the tomatoes are going to be please God, the tomatoes are going to be the stars of the show, I think, because I've got upwards of 30 odd beef tomatoes developing right now. I lost about 10 of them, 3 bottom end drop, and that's down to weather, watering issues, because you're watering maybe too much when you shouldn't be, not enough when you should be because of the cold, the hot. Gardening isn't as easy as it looks, you know, and it's a full-time job. I'm out there every single morning, opening the greenhouse, checking it all, making sure I'm out there 10 times a day, just checking to see if anything's turning rigid because I'm an impatient get. So anyway, that's the garden update. So all is what it is, and it's patience now and hoping that I don't suffer any more bottom end drop, and I can suffer that on my peppers as well. One of the pepper plants is growing, the peppers are distorted, and that's temperatures in the greenhouse, watering issues, and all that. The whole shebang is just whatever's happened. It's not been quite right for the peppers, but they're still there, they're still growing. I'm just waiting to see what they do and see if they turn red. I've got 2 red bell peppers and a yellow bell pepper, and I want them to turn red and yellow. And the mild chili pepper one I've got quite a few chilies on that, but they keep dropping buds as well. The plant's not coating well either. So the peppers have been a bit of a trial this year as well. A disaster last year, a modicum of success this year so far. I've not reaped any reward from them yet either. That's a patience game. The cucumbers are a patience game as well. I've lost about 4 cucumbers on that as well, just turning yellow and falling off. The plants get loads of cucumbers on it, but just not coming to anything worth talking about. But I've been told that I'll go into the greenhouse one morning and go, Jesus, where did that come from? And all of a sudden I'm going to have cucumbers. I'm not holding my breath about that, but we'll wait and see. I got about half a dozen mini cucumbers off my plant last year, and I've so far had nothing off mine this year, and it's got a lot of fruit on it. The pepper plant, the pear tree's amazing. It's absolutely beautiful, and that you've got to continually watch for beasts eating it. Nightmare. The blueberries have came alive. The plants are looking far better than they were, which is good. And the cabbage is the cabbage, that's getting left to date, same thing and all. So they all get fed on a Sunday, so I'll re-water them all and feed them all tomorrow. But I've got so much going on tomorrow. I've got my son coming tomorrow with all the kids, his two and Claire's two, and I'm off on Monday. I've got a lot of recording to do. I need to do some recording this afternoon. I'm working in the bar tonight again, helping out. So it's a full-on weekend again, and I'm tired because I'm nearly 60 years of age. I'm 59 in September, and I'm like working a full-time job, working long hours in the bar the night because I'm the only other member of staff. So no member of staff, you're a volunteer with the club, because there's nobody else to do it. So it's hard work, it's long hours, sore in the back, the feet and the legs, but hey ho, it is what it is. It is what it is. So I think I'm going to love and leave you there. That's 20 minutes of talking utter drivel, so that should basically been caught up in my week since my last post. I'm just about to land at my destination where I am. I'm literally 2 minutes away, so that's just in lovely timing to sign off, and I'll catch up with you next week. Bye for now. Well, before I go, thank you to everybody that comments, thank you to everybody that supports this wee channel. I don't advertise it or anything like that. And Rob, you've been my biggest supporter recently, and thanks so much. I love reading your comments. I love everybody's comments that leave comments, or Nick, Minmon, and Jen, and everybody else that leaves comments. I'm so appreciative. It really does mean a lot. And by the way, you're all getting an insight into me outside of TikTok. Me is the real me, you know. But not that you don't get the real me in TikTok. I am what I am. I can't. There's no like forced. Some of the videos to sell something can be a bit forced, because it's sometimes I'm not really comfortable. I often ask myself why I do TikTok shop. I started doing TikTok shop for the wigs, which are easy. I love the wigs, but the one wig company that I work with, that I affiliate for, is JB Extensions, and I've not been buying recently newer wigs. The most recent ones are Makel's, a Kel Arc and Makel, my normal Kel, and I absolutely love them, especially Makel Arc, and that's the most recent ones I've been buying. So there's only so many times you can promote the same wig, you know. But I really need to do a post on them weekly, and I really need to start doing them on Lila's as well, because Lila's are beautiful. But I'm suffering now with lumps that are coming in the top of my head through the band and the cap and the actual wig itself. The pressure on my skull is leaving lumps, and they're pretty sore. They're sore now, and I've not had my wig on that long the day so far, because I kind of gave myself a bit of a reprieve this morning and didn't rush about. Hence why it's 1 o'clock in the day, and that's me just getting out. I was intending on coming out at 9 o'clock this morning, so that I had the rest of the day to myself to do whatever I need to do, but never worked out like that, as per usual, because I just can't motivate myself to move. So I finally messaged my good friend here that I'm coming to visit, and said he's in. He's got terminal cancer, so I visit him. I try and visit him minimum a couple of times a month, because he lives about 30 minutes to 40 minutes away from me. So it takes up a lot of time. Not that I grudge it, because I absolutely 100% don't grudge it, but it's hard squeezing time with everything else that's going on between family and work, the bar. You know, it's not that I think less of him. It's just I've not even seen my adopted mammy or my blooming sister recently. I need to go and visit them and all. Just never seem to have the time. But anyway, I'm gonna love and leave you. Thanks for your support. Truly, truly appreciate it. It means the world to each and every one of you that comment and support my wee channel, because it is just my wee channel. I don't promote it or anything like that. So thank you, and I'll see you next week.